guys ever seen somebody ride a surfboard?
Wow. So what did you think of the bus? You rode it today?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's air conditioned, it's efficient, it's inexpensive.
And the big thing that's going on right now is that the MPO board, the MPO has allocated funding for multimodal improvements, which is basically the same thing as complete streets. So making streets safe for bikers, for walkers, for transit riders, making public access to transit easier for people. People are trying to take funds away from the multimodal emphases projects and divert that towards widening the Venice bypass. So that right there, that's a little bit backwards.
But our problem right now is that we now have a terrible transportation bill, and how do you get people to say, yeah, I want to invest more in transportation if all they're going to get for it is more roads? The system we have isn't well maintained, and they can't walk or bike places.
A lot of the time, it's the Tea Party that's coming up, and they're against anything that has anything to do with smart growth, with transportation planning. They want to keep our community entrenched in this car culture and keep our community dependent on oil.
Well, what you see there is the conflict between dumb growth and smart growth. And you have a state governor and legislature that is promoting dumb growth, and then you have us on the other side promoting smart growth, and it's a real battle.
Just on Friday afternoon, the president signed a new 27-month transportation policy for our country. Unfortunately, this new bill doesn't set aside money for infrastructure maintenance and repair, so that means a lot more blank check for our state DOTs to spend on highways. We didn't get a complete streets policy. We lost ground on bicycle and pedestrian and other types of transportation enhancements or projects that will help get people out of their cars. We lost ground on that. And we lost some ground on transportation environmental reviews. The one thing this Obama administration has done is taken fuel economy standards that were stuck in 1975 and has, by 2025, will have doubled the average fuel economy of new vehicles sold.
Sierra Club and a group called the Wake Pinellas, which is part of the state network, came together, and we basically are trying to turn the tide at the Pinellas Transit Authority meetings. We got 100 people riding the bus. We went to the bus stations and we canvassed, and we got people interested in supporting the initiative, and they came out and joined us.
Yeah.
We got environmentalists out there as well. We got the Chamber of Commerce on board, the Realtors Association, a lot of groups around the county that are really enthusiastic about it for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah. I think just the important thing to remember is the same forces that diluted the transportation bill, the federal transportation bill, those same forces are at work in our community locally. They are sending out massive amounts of emails to our county commissioners, to our MPO board meetings. They're dictating this debate and making public transportation seem like it's the redheaded stepchild. And it's not. People want this.
What we've seen among the people in general is they're very receptive to everything transit. The jump they have to make, yet to make though, is that it's something for them.
Who here rides the bus in Sarasota and Manatee?
1 out of 10, I guess. You were right.
I have one friend.
We have a resource and it's usable, but it could be much better.
I would consider the use of public transport if they're more accessible where I live. I think that's the issue.
We have a very strong public transportation system in DC. We have obviously a big metro system. We have a bus system. We have circulator buses, which actually move people more efficiently in downtown areas. We have our larger bus system that goes out into Virginia and Maryland and serves DC. We also have a huge bike share, which is incredibly popular and actually gets people to try biking. And once they try biking, it gets them to get their own bikes.
This Transit to Green Space is really meant to show people that transportation is good not just for work, but it's good for play. You can run errands, and especially in a town like Sarasota where tourism is such a big thing, we need tourists to be able to know that they can come here and take public transportation as opposed to renting a car, and they can get to the beaches and they can get to the parks.
Bye-bye.